Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics Tricks. So let's start with projectile motion DPP3, and in this we have the first question. A ball is thrown horizontally from a point 100 meter above the ground with a speed 20 meter per second. We have to find the time it takes to reach the ground, the horizontal distance it travels before reaching the ground, the velocity with which it strikes the ground. Okay, so these three quantities we need to find out. So firstly, the ball is thrown from the top of the tower with velocity 20 meter per second, and height of the tower is given, and that is 100 meter. Height of the tower is given, and that is 100 meter. So the time we have, and we know that it is time is equal to root 2h divided by g, which is equal to root of 2 into 100 divided by 10. So this 0 get cancelled. We have 2 root 5 seconds is the time. So this is the first answer we have. Then horizontal distance traveled. Horizontal distance is the horizontal velocity into the time. So which is equal to, what is the horizontal velocity? 20 into the time is 2 root 5. So which is 40 root 5 meter will be the horizontal distance. And third one, we have the velocity with which it strikes the ground. Okay. So horizontal velocity will not change, but the vertical velocity will change. So for that, horizontal velocity we have is 20 meter per second. It will not change, but the vertical velocity in the y direction is initial vertical velocity plus what is called as ay into t, and which is equal to uy 0. So minus 10 into time t we have is 2 root 5, and as you can see over here, the velocity in the y direction is minus 20 root 5. So we want what is called as the magnitude of the velocity. So it is root of 400 plus 400 into 5, so which is 20 root 6. So this is the answer for this question, right? So we have v bar, if you want, in the vector form, it is ux in I hat plus vy in j hat. So which is equal to, what is ux over here? 20 I hat plus what is vy? Minus 20 root 5 in j hat. So I hope this is clear. So this is the v bar we have. If you want the angle tan theta, which is equal to y by x, y is minus 20 root 5 divided by x is 20, 20 get cancelled, minus root 5 will be the angle, that theta will be equal to tan inverse minus root 5 will be the answer for this first question. So I hope this is clear. So this is the first question which we have. Now the next question, it is given a ball is thrown at speed 40 meter per second at an angle 60 degree with the horizontal. So one ball is thrown at some angle, that angle is given 60 degree, and the speed is given 40 meter per second. So this ball will go and hit somewhere here, and this ball will go and hit somewhere here, right? Find the maximum height h we want. Okay, no problem. And the range r we want. Okay, so maximum height we have h is equal to u squared sine squared theta divided by 2g. So what is u squared? It is 40 squared into sine squared theta, as in sine squared 60 divided by 2 into g is 10, and as you can see over here, this is 40 into 40 into, this is 3 by 4 divided by 20. So this is 22s are 4 10s are, so we'll have 20 into 3, 60 meter as the maximum height. So 60 meter as the maximum height. So range we have is equal to u cos theta into whatever the time of flight is there, right? So what is u cos theta over here? Or else we can have one more relation between the r and h, and that is r tan theta is equal to 4h. And I told how to remember this. R tan is nothing but, it is just like a ratan, right? And char is nothing but chor, you can remember, and h you can remember like hair, right? Ratan chor hai. So you will remember this forever then, right? Now, so try to remember by using statement. So r tan theta, so r we want, r is equal to 4h divided by tan theta. So which is equal to 4 into, what is h over here? 60 divided by, what is tan theta? Tan 60 degree is what is called as root 3. So we can write this as 80 into 3 divided by root 3. So what is r then? 80 root 3 meter. So I hope this is clear. So we have the maximum height, that is 60 meter. We have range, that is 80 root 3 meter. And what is time of flight then? Time of flight we have is 2u sine theta divided by g. So which is equal to 2 into what is u? 40 into sine theta, sine 60 degree divided by 10. So this get cancelled. We'll have then 4 root 3 is the time of flight. So once we know the time of flight, now put it in the equation. U is 40 we have, isn't it? 40 we have. Then cos 60 degree into 4 root 3. So as you can see, it is 80 root 3 meter will be the range. So by using any method, you can find out the answer. So I hope this is clear. So it will be very simple if you go with the basics, right? Okay, so now this is the third question. As you can see, in a soccer practice session, the football is kept at the center of the field 40 yards from the 10 feet high goalposts. A goal is attempted by kicking the football at a speed of 64 feet per second at an angle of 45 degree to the horizontal. Will the ball reach the goalpost? Okay, so we have to calculate whether the ball reaches the goalpost or not. So this is the football. The footballer kicked this football at an angle of some 45 degree, and we have the velocity with which it is heated is 64 feet per second. So it will go, and this net is given at a distance of what is called as the 40 yards. So everything is given in feet, yards. So what we have to do is we have to calculate in terms of feet and yards only. Okay, 10 feet high goalpost. So this goalpost is given 10 feet high, no problem. And this is 64 feet per second. 64 feet per second is given. So firstly, we have to check what is the relation between yard and feet. So I'll just calculate that. So we have 40 yards in feet as 40 yards into feet, and that is 120 feet. So it is 3 times, we can say. It is 120 feet. This is the what we can say minimum range this ball should have, right? Okay, no problem. Now we have to calculate whether this ball reaches this goalpost. Okay, now so how to calculate that, right? So see here, one of the possibility is that this ball will go, right? I'll just mark this with a red pen. So ball will go, hit somewhere here, then it will hit and it will go into the goal. So this is one of the possibility, but we'll not consider this possibility. Why? Because they didn't give any coefficient of restitution for this, isn't it? Collision, right? So this possibility is not there. One more possibility is there, and that is this ball will go above, right? From above the goalpost. This is also a possibility. So we have to check whether this possibility and this possibility. Okay. So let's see. So for that we need what is called as the range. So range formula we know. Range R is equal to U squared sine 2 theta divided by G. So which is equal to, what is U squared over here? 64 into 64 into sine 2 theta is 1 divided by, this is 32. So as you can see, this is 128 feet. That indicates this ball will surely either it will go into the goalpost or else it will go above the goalpost. Now at 128 feet, what is the value of vertical distance? That is what we want. Now how to calculate that, right? So for that, right, at 128 feet it will be at the ground, we can say at 120 feet. So when x is equal to 120 feet, y is equal to what? This is what we want, right? So we have one what is called as the formula, right? And the equation of trajectory, y is equal to x tan theta minus gx squared divided by 2u squared cos squared theta. Right now, so we can put the value of theta and x in this and u, and we'll calculate y. So y is equal to, what is x over here? 120 into tan 45 is 1 minus g over here is 32 into x squared over here is 120 into 120 divided by 2 into u squared is 64 into 64 into cos squared theta as in 1 by 2. So this 2 get cancelled. Now we can take 120 common, in bracket 1 minus, this is 32 into 120 divided by 64 into 64. So this is 2's up. We have what is called as, which is equal to 120 in bracket 1 minus 120 divided by 128. Now if you just calculate this, you will get 120 into, this is 8 divided by 128. So this is 2 6s are, 2 4s are, 2 4s are, then 4 1s are, and 4 6s are. So we'll have 120 divided by 16, which is equal to 4 4s are, 4 3s are, so which is 7.5 meter. So the y value we have is 7.5 meter at x is equal to 120 feet. Sorry, this is 7.5 feet. It's not meter. Feet. Indicates what? Indicates at 120 feet, ball is at a height of 7.5 feet from the ground. 7.5 feet from the ground indicate this ball will surely go into the goal, isn't it? Into this goal post, we can say. So yes, you can write yes, ball will surely go into the goal post. So I hope this is clear. Now the next problem we have, that is the fourth one. A staircase contains 3 steps, each 10 centimeter high. Okay, so this is 10 centimeter given. This is again a 10 centimeter given. This is again a 10 centimeter given. Okay, and 20 centimeter wide. So 20 centimeter wide given. Okay, no problem. Right, 20 centimeter wide. What should be the minimum horizontal velocity of a ball rolling off the uppermost plane so as to hit directly the lower plane? Okay, now see, what is that initial velocity we have to apply so that this ball will directly hit the lower plane? Okay, now can I say, if this ball will reach somewhere here, right, which will reach somewhere here, this ball will surely, right, will surely hit the lower plane, isn't it? So I have to consider till here only, isn't it? And that is, this distance we have is 40 centimeter. And what is the vertical distance we have? That is 20 centimeter. So vertical distance the ball has to travel is 20 centimeter. And the horizontal distance the ball has to travel from this point is 40 centimeter. Okay, so horizontal distance we have 40 centimeter, vertical distance we have 20 centimeter. Time we can calculate by using the vertical distance. It is t is equal to root of 2h divided by g, which is equal to root of 2 into 0.2 divided by 2 into 0.2 divided by 10, which is equal to, this is root of 4 into 10 to the power minus 2, which is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 1, which is 0.2 seconds. So in 0.2 seconds the ball will be somewhere here. For that, what is the horizontal distance we have? 40 centimeter. So the 40, that is 40 into 10 to the power minus 2 centimeter, I am converting into meter, that range is equal to initial velocity u into time we have is 0.2. So u is equal to 0.4 divided by 0.2, which is equal to 2 meter per second. So minimum velocity this ball should have is 2 meter per second, so that that ball will hit the lowermost plane. So I hope this is clear. Now the next problem, this is the fifth problem which we have. A ball is projected from a point on the floor with a speed of 15 meter per second at an angle 60 degree with the horizontal. Okay, so this is the case given at an angle 60 degree with a speed 15 meter per second. Will it hit a vertical wall 5 meter away from the point of projection? So from the point of projection, one wall is there 5 meter away. Okay, now we have to check whether this ball will reach the 5 meter distance or not. Okay, so to find the range, firstly, range is equal to u squared sine 2 theta divided by g, which is equal to, what is u squared over here? 225, that is 15 squared, into sine 2 theta as in sine 120 degree divided by g is 10, we can write. So which is equal to 225 into sine 120, we can write cos 30, and that is root 3 divided by 2 into 10. So which is equal to this is what is called as 1.125 into root 3 as in 1.73. So if I just multiply this, you will get just a minute. Yes, so it is 1.125 into 1.73. you will get it is 1.946 meter. So this is the range which we have. We can say, right? So yes, here it is 22.5, that is 11.25. just a minute. Yeah, here we have 11.25, that indicates it is 19.46. So yes, this 19.46 indicates yes, it will surely hit the wall. Okay, so wall of height is not given, so you have to consider the infinite height. Okay, now the next one, when the wall is at a distance of 22 meter, then yes, it will not hit the wall. Now the condition over here is this will go and hit at a distance of 19.46. it will not rebounce, okay, because they didn't give any coefficient of restitution or anything. So that indicates it will just go till 19.46 meter. So at 22 meter it will not hit, and at 5 meter it will surely hit the wall. Next question. Find the average velocity of projectile between the instants it crosses half the maximum height it is projected with a velocity u at an angle theta. Okay, so we have, this is the initial velocity u at an angle theta. It will go and it will hit somewhere here, supposed to be at the half the maximum height, indicates it is h by 2, and here also it is h by 2. So we have, this is the initial velocity at the half the maximum height, and this is the velocity at the half the maximum height. This velocity is exactly equal to this velocity. Why? Because the height is same, isn't it? So whatever velocity in the upward direction and whatever velocity in the downward direction, magnitude wise these two velocities must be same. Okay, so if I consider the angle theta supposed to be over here also, the angle theta with respect to horizontal, if I consider, then whatever the horizontal velocity is there, it is v cos theta. Here also it is v cos theta, and the vertical velocity we have is here v sin theta, and here v sin theta. So vertical as well as horizontal, the component of the velocity must be the same right now. So at the same height, the ball will have the vertical as well as the what is called as the vertical during the upward motion and the downward direction during the downward motion. These two velocities must be the same in magnitude, right? Okay. Now over here, what is the initial velocity which we have? It is v sin theta in what is called as j hat plus v cos theta in I hat. This is v1 bar. Then v2 bar final velocity let us consider, and that is v cos theta in what is called as I hat minus v sin theta in j hat. Now can we write v cos theta is exactly equal to u cos theta? Yes, we can write. Why? Because horizontal direction velocity will never change, right? So u cos theta I hat plus v sin theta j hat, and v2 bar final velocity is u cos theta I hat minus v sin theta j hat. Now if you just find out the average velocity we have is v1 plus v2, v1 bar plus v2 bar divided by 2, and that is u cos theta I hat plus v sin theta j hat plus u cos theta I hat minus v sin theta j hat divided by what is called as the 2. So if you just find out this v sin theta j hat get cancel. Now average velocity y v1 bar plus v2 bar divided by 2, it is for uniformly accelerated motion. We can write initial velocity plus the final velocity divided by 2 as the average velocity, right? So if you just find out, you will get 2 u cos theta divided by 2 get cancelled, and we'll have average velocity as in what is called as the I hat. So u cos theta in I hat direction. So I hope this is clear. So this is the average velocity of a particle at half the maximum height we have. So I hope this is clear. Now the seventh question. The velocity of projectile when at its greatest height is given of its half of their greatest height. Then find the angle of projection. So over here you have to find what is the angle of projection. Try to solve this question and comment your answer in the comment box, and the solution for this question I'll give in the next video. Likewise, we have 8th question. Try to attempt it, right? And if you get the answer, just comment your answer in the comment box. Likewise, 9th question we have, and the 10th question we have. Try to solve these 4 questions. Whatever answer you got, you can comment in the comment box. If not, I'll solve these questions in the next video. Thank you so much.